Do you ever find yourself reminiscing about the past, when we could cheer for a goal without the intense wait to determine if someone's nose was just a hairline offside? Those were simpler times, weren't they? VAR was introduced with the intention of improving the beauty of the game, but unfortunately, it has had more negative consequences than positive ones. Today, let's delve into 5 reasons why VAR is gradually deteriorating the essence of football. 1. It drains the joy out of the game. Let's face it, football is primarily about entertainment, and VAR is sucking the fun out of it. Football is supposed to be about skill, teamwork, passion, and the sheer delight it brings. It shouldn't revolve around VAR officials scrutinizing replays to determine if the ball grazed a defender's shoulder or elbow. There's nothing more disheartening than celebrating a goal for your team, only to be forced to wait 5 painful minutes to see if it will actually count. And as for the fans, we're left clueless about what's happening when VAR gets involved. Even though we may be getting slightly more accurate decisions through this process, it doesn't necessarily make it a positive development. Just imagine all the magnificent goals in football history that could have been disallowed if VAR had deemed a teammate of Messi, Ronaldo, or Pelé to be marginally offside half a minute earlier. Maradona's hand of God goal became part of his legend. Would football truly be better if moments like that were eradicated? VAR is destroying what we adore about football by making the rules stricter, slowing down the pace of the game, and encouraging unsportsmanlike behavior. It has become a complete and utter nightmare. If we want to ensure that football remains the world's most captivating and beloved sport, we must abandon VAR before it's too late. 2. It has completely distorted the offside rule. The purpose of the offside rule was to prevent obvious goal hanging, not to scrutinize whether a striker's toenail was slightly ahead of the last defender. VAR has turned offside calls into a farce. Instead of celebrating a well-executed goal, we now have to endure the tedious process of officials drawing lines on a screen in a distant room. The problem is, these lines can never be 100% accurate. Even with today's advanced technology, it's impossible to freeze the frame precisely when the ball is played. A split second earlier or later could change the decision entirely. In a Premier League match, Liverpool believed they had scored a last-minute winner against Everton. To the naked eye, it appeared to be a spectacular goal, but VAR couldn't resist interfering and spoiling the excitement. It would have been more tolerable if there had been a clear offside, but there wasn't. Sadio Mane's elbow supposedly infringed behind the Everton defense during the build-up, leading to Jordan Henderson being denied a goal. It was utterly absurd, and unfortunately, we have witnessed numerous similar instances over the past couple of years. Surely, this is not what anyone had envisioned. 3. It promotes unsportsmanlike behavior. We're not suggesting that football was devoid of dirty play before VAR. Players have been diving, simulating injuries, and attempting to get opponents sent off for years. However, VAR worsens the situation. In the past, a player could writhe around on the ground, but if the referee had already allowed play to continue, they wouldn't change their decision. Nowadays, with every minor incident being scrutinized by officials in the VAR booth, players have an incentive to exaggerate and exploit the situation. Most challenges appear worse in slow motion, so when combined with multiple replays and a player's theatrics, it can easily result in a red card. During an El Clasico match, Sergio Ramos won a penalty after having his shirt tugged. It was a foolish move by Clement Langley, but initially the referee had ruled no penalty. Before VAR, Ramos would have appealed for a penalty and then swiftly gotten up to continue playing. However, with VAR, he threw himself to the ground, disrupting the game in an attempt to convince the video referees of a severe foul. One can't entirely blame Ramos for doing so, but it has created a chaotic situation where unsportsmanlike tactics are essentially being encouraged. It takes away from the enjoyment of the game. 4. Slowing down the game. Technologies like those in tennis, rugby, and cricket work because they have natural breaks in play. It means decisions can be checked without actually disrupting the match too much. Football, on the other hand, is known for its continuous flow. Matches can go on for minutes without interruptions, contributing to the sport's excitement. Well, that was until VAR came along. Now, we find ourselves twiddling our thumbs for what feels like an eternity as officials scrutinize countless replays. VAR was introduced to address major injustices and was promised to be used sparingly, focusing on clear and obvious decisions. However, too much time is wasted on VAR reviews, disrupting football's natural rhythm and flow. 5. Subjective decisions. Goal line technology was a fantastic addition, offering clear-cut decisions. Unfortunately, VAR isn't as straightforward. Many football decisions are subjective, like penalties, relying on interpretation. VAR was expected to bring consistency, but it has only shifted decision-making to video referees. Mistakes still happen, and they feel even more unfair now. Furthermore, VAR's meticulous analysis of slow-motion replays and multiple angles often results in overly harsh punishments. Is it really fair to award a penalty for a defender briefly tugging an opponent's shirt? While VAR has slightly improved accuracy, the desired consistency remains elusive, eroding the game's special essence. As for your thoughts on VAR, please share them in the comments section below. Do you see VAR as more of an advantage or a disadvantage in football? If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for future updates. We'll see you in the next one.